Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Sunless Sea with me, BrainBoy 20. Where last left off, we had received an odd request from the Admiralty, which took us all the way out to the eastern section of the map. Specifically, we are to go to... once I find it... Shellonate, far to the east, and I decided to take a stop by Nuncio, in an attempt to complete as much of the story as we can. Now, just to remind myself, I'm not going to go back, but there's a specific amount of equipment that, if I ever feel like doing Nuncio's story, I'm going to need to bring with me here. But without further ado, let us shove off once more. Although this time into the unknown. Because we're shoving off into the unknown with no idea where we're headed, I'm going to just keep this recording the entire time. Now I'm going to stay away from vortexes, because I'd rather not get sucked up into the sea. You understand. And as a little bit of forewarning, I am still a little bit ill from, like, what, Friday or Thursday when I last recorded this? I think I skipped a day. Regardless, illnesses for me tend to not disappear for a very, very long time, no matter what I do. It's about as pleasant as it sounds. So I've got a slight sore throat, and my voice is going to change drastically as a result of that. You know, there's a port up there, let's go and visit it, shall we? I have a bottle of water, and a small batch of Nutri-Sticks. The principles of coral, the corpse rainbow glow from beneath the waves echoes the false stars above. Interesting. Discover the wreck of the Emperor Wolfgang. Huh. Interesting. Okay, safe to say I've never been this far out before. Scott's Reef. Port Cecil. This is clearly not where we're meant to be, but we might as well explore it. Is it off to the side or off to the top? In which case, I'm on the wrong side either way, and I've just taken a needlessly wrong route to get there. Errant's Gyrus. I mean, this is clearly not where we're meant to be, but I might as well visit here. I mean, this is the first time I've ever seen this place. Port Cecil, a sourceless silver glow, a haven for players of the game. Oh great! For those who know Fallen London, the game... well, actually, for those who know history and a little bit of a history lesson, the game refers to the Great Game, played around Victorian London, where multiple civilizations such as Russia, Britain... India? No, India wasn't a civilization then. Basically, multiple global powers were playing games to try to control colonies. A great spy game. At least that's what they refer to it in this time of history. So, Port Cecil. Rumpled convolutions of coral fill the water, glimmering with silvery light. The harder you look, the more you see. Shapes amid the chaos, almost as if they were sculpted. This one could be a crenellated castle. That one, a horse's head. A neat little port huddles into the side of the coral island. Prosaic imperial docks and houses tucked away in a baroque organic chaos. In that curious silvery light, among the frozen chaos of coral, the scene has an unreal air of a pencil sketch, crumpled and discarded. Chess. Chess is popular in the principles. The board is full of exiles, drunks and washed-up Z traders. They all play, often obsessively. Be careful, the chess pieces are carved from skintillac. Here in the principles, that can be very dangerous. Explore the coral knoll around Port Cecil. Sea lamps dark around silvery coral. Humps and columns rise from the coral. A bewildering maze. Go carefully. Gather intelligence. What happens here? Put a Blemigan on shore, sell your Apagian chess piece. Or we could try to gather Skintalak. The best of the coral will fetch a high price in London, but walk the reefs the principles, and you risk delusion and despair. Take your crew, and go carefully. I'm going to politely avoid this because I still want to keep this captain somewhat alive. So we're going to gather intelligence first. Chess, dreams, silver light. The older inhabitants of Port Cecil carry coral encrustations like a disease, spotted with silvery. I hope she deals with that phone. I hope that doesn't show up on the recording. Spotted with silvery light. They like to go up into the limestone heights behind the harbour to lay their head against the pillars and towers, stare at the roof beneath. Dream, open-eyed. Sometimes they speak of things far away. The Khanate work, the smuggler wars, the Fathom King's secrets. Perhaps it's not all invented. Guess we'll play some chess. A disciplined success. Our thoughts bubble up each time you touch a chess piece. This one longs for home. That one has a secret desire for revenge against the slayer of its rank mate. This will be a queen one day. Those who do better as metal, you taste the matter. Those would do better as metal, you taste the metal. You ignore these thoughts and move methodically to a victory over your opponent. He blinks. Checkmate? He asks selflessly. Win enough games, and something else will occur. Gained 50 fragments, gained 1 pages, and made some opening moves. We're going to explore the coral first. In amber, some disturbance of the undersea has brought sunken ruins up out of the waters. But these stones were lost beneath more than the sea. They're half encased in a smooth translucent orange substance, like amber. Even as you watch the ruins groan and shiver, the convulsions that brought them up will soon take them below again. Chip some of the amber to sell away. It's very like the deep amber sold in London, the stuff the squid-faced rubbery men exude. This may be a good haul. Or we could examine the ruins. The amber encasing the ancient stones is cracked under the grinding pressure of the earth. You could scramble in and examine them. I think we'll go and do some examination of their bones. You squeeze through the fissures in the amber shell to explore the ruins within. The dwellings are low and windowless, thick-walled, flat-roofed, like those in desert countries. Nothing like anything underneath. You find shattered pots, glass beads, and bones, all mired in amber. Yes, something's wrong about these bones, one of your sailors mutters uneasily. A seasoned woman with a little surgeon's training. She's right. The shape of the skull is not precisely human. The arm bones have splayed out like twigs off a branch. Another exclaims as he finds the bones of a small animal coiled together like a knot of serpents. Shapelings! Someone hisses. You think that's what they say, but none of your crew will admit to speaking. There's a rumbling from below. You all scramble desperately for the exits in the amber casing, squeezing through one by one, just in time. The amber snaps shut, and the ruins sink beneath the waves with a tremendous roar and show of foam. I gained 20 fragments and succeeded in a Veil's challenge. Let's continue playing chess. Disciplined success. Gained pages and made it initial gambits. Shops, what do you have? I can't get Skintalak normally. I mean, I guess I could continue. I don't know how bad this could theoretically be. One more game. You don't know how long you've been playing. You win a match. Another. The rough coral tips of the chess pieces are smeared with blood. Yours? Your opponent's. But you have begun to realize that your moves recapitulate the movements of powers underneath, the flukes and their shapelings, the bazaar that lurks in London, mounted nomad that prowls the sea, salt, stone, storm. With every move you take, the shape of it becomes clearer in your mind, sharper. Checkmate, you say. One more game? Your first officer is tugging at your arm. Ignore them. You have chess to play. Gain 3 secrets, developments, and gain to pages. Pages needs to be increased a bit if I want to not have a 50-50 chance. I think with this that we shall leave. No point in remaining. No point in buying fuel either, it's much too expensive here. So let's shove off once more, and see what else we might find. We're going to continue using the Z-Bat in an attempt to locate any other islands nearby, although I think I might have to go a little bit more to the east in order to locate my charge. I don't even remember what it's called. I remember it begins with a CH. Let me check. Shallonate. Nothing? Well, there is something. So let's try to get away from that, because I think that is a caged shark. I'd rather avoid combat, considering how badly damaged my ship was last time, and that probably set me back from attempting to acquire the... What was it that I was attempting to acquire? I don't remember the ship's name. It was just the ship upgrade. We entered... Okay, I'll keep the Ragged Crow in mind. Alphresis Abyss. We've entered Stormbones. Saint Eligius sends his fire to dance in the air. On the deck, very far away, we see the great light of the Ragged Crow. Yeah, of course, there's another bloody snowstorm. Oh well, it's not far enough away where that'll be an issue. We should be there soon. We have discovered the Ragged Crow. I would assume that this place happens to have a port, and I'd assume incorrectly. Let's turn around and not get caught out here. In fact, so much so, I think I should leave with this as a failed venture, just because I have no idea how much longer my fuel supplies will last. And I'm only reasonably certain that my fuel supplies will take me to about Shepherd's Isle. So we should head back now. Once I'm reasonably certain I won't run into anything, I'll just cut out the recording. It looks like there's not going to be anything in range, or at least, there's not going to be anything that's going to bother us, and there are no islands here. We know that for a fact. Otherwise we would have picked it up. As such, I think I'm going to cut out here. And when we come back, we'll either be in combat or getting closer and closer to London. See you all in a bit. Welcome back. We're not staying here for long. We're just at Mount Palmerston. And because we can't really go up to the crater anymore, we can explore the island using our what awaits us at port thing. So tangles of thorn scrub climb the rocky slopes of the volcano. Now let's explore this place and see what happens. A Blemigan colony. At the heart of a salty little bog, you come upon a pulsating mound of Blemigans. They are rich dark purple, like Viscera, perhaps, or blackberries. They chitter as they swarm. The sound is like pebbles on a beach. Be careful. A single Blemigan is a nuisance. 100 are a calamity. We can either attempt to assault or observe the colony. I think we're going to try to steal some Blemigans. Let's see what happens. Armed Zalas settled behind a rise in the ground at the bog's edge. On your signal they open fire into the purple mass. Dozens of lemmiggans fall, but hundreds remain. They seethe across the bog, leaping across black gaps of standing water, maws agape. But you direct your crew's fire with calm precision, and only a few reach the line. Your crew methodically smash them with rifle stocks and advance with caution towards the bog. The lemmiggans, which remain to defend the mound, are no match for your weaponry. You take the mound without a single fatality, and they die, chittering curses. Of course, now you're possessed of a mound of mud. You find nothing of value, although the lemmiggans apparently collected little clay tablets marked with indecipherable chicken scratchings. Your quartermaster, however, points out that lemmigan bodies can be rendered into purple dye, which will fetch a good price almost anywhere. Gained 30 echoes, and succeeded in the iron challenge. And with nothing else to go on, I will see you all when something else interesting occurs. Toodles. And we are back all the way at Abbey Rock to watch the Covenant once more. And we got the strange catch once again, meaning... I think it's the cook? No, actually. I'll see you gentlemen in the Chapel of Lights. We're not that far from that place. Let's make a journey, because I distinctly remember that we had to have 2 strange catches to complete the storyline of the Sigil-ridden Navigator. Of course, my fuel isn't exactly in the best of situations to perform this type of task. I would like to do this anyway, because I think I've got enough supplies to render into fuel to make it back to London. If not, I'll pick up some fuel on the way back. Regardless, let us finally see, what does the Sigil-ridden Navigator need? Need of the chapel. Gather intelligence. This place. Hark! The bell! Oh. It's live specimens. Ah well. My mistake. We'll be back when something genuinely interesting happens. Sorry about that. Anyway, so long. And with almost no fuel to spare, we barely make it back into London. Hopefully my ship doesn't stop here. Okay, good. Inspection by the Ministry of Public Decency. Some things are too illegal for the Customs Service to admit the existence of. The Ministry are here looking for those. We don't have any vials of red honey, we don't have any firkins of red honey, and we don't have any gifts from the Pirate King. Nothing to hide. We shrug and invite them to search our ship as thoroughly as they would like. I leave scuff marks on the newly scrubbed decks and take great pleasure in tangling the rigging. They find nothing more dangerous than moldy ship's biscuit, however. Let's collect some messages from the Harbour Master. I will agree. Blind Wizard has departed, we have to go to Gator's Morn. That's quite simple, it's on the way. Right, so, Dark Speckled Admiral. I don't have anything fancy for you, just some port reports. So, Domino's Gate... Oh wait, before I do anything else, and have to throw anything else away, I did stop by, and I did pick up some Sphinx Stone, so let's deliver some to the Ministry. Lost 2 Terra, gained 500 echoes, no longer have any Sphinx Stone. Good. Karus, the Wolfstack Docks, lost 10 echoes. A strange night out. You look at the back of Gaston's lamprey, head pounding. You had something to drink, but beyond that it's a little hazy. Your knuckles are bloody. Your blood, you think. And your shot bloody likewise. Probably not yours, unless your blood is slick and greenish. You've had better nights out. A difficult brew, Gaston says nomically. Ah well. Anyway, back to delivering port reports. Gator's Morn, Palmerston, and now finally Port Cecil. The principles of Coral. I have no idea why anyone thought that settlement was a good idea. fuel, favors, and echoes. Nuncio. Which, yes, of course, we already had returned one before. I just didn't remember reading it. More fuel and echoes. Chapel of Lights. Khan's Shadow. Which is now my new favorite place to get port reports from, of course. Salt Lions. And there's nothing else here. Sensible Z Captain probably hire on more crew, but let's look through the new recruits. We can get the Genial Magician if we want. Good afternoon, my lord. Perhaps I can do your engines some good? No. I'm quite the engineer. Difficult to credit, isn't it? But here are my references. There's merely 50 echoes. No thanks. I'm going to gauge a Zayla for 5 echoes. We're not going to be buying any fancy ship here anyway. Not yet, at least. So we'll get a new fresh face to replace the one that we lost in Gator's Morn, because Gator's Morn's annoying. Alarming a scholar, I could ditch a strange cat, I could also ditch an outlandish artifact for a fair amount of cash. Or an extraordinary implication. My only question is no, I can't yet, because I have to refill my stocks of fuel if I'm to continue exploring. So I might as well rest in my elegant townhouse, lose the 10 terror, gain the restful nights. No reason to visit my study. And the Wolfstack Exchange. Shipside provisions. Fill it up to 22 fuel and 12 supplies. And with virtually nothing else to do here. As I want to go get some skin talac again, I believe I'll end the episode here. Hope you've all enjoyed watching. This has been BrainBoy 20. If you like the video, remember to like, comment, or subscribe. Helps out a great deal, and I actually would like to speak with you people occasionally. And I shall hope to see you all next time, where we shall hopefully get into a position to acquire the Corvette. Because I don't care if the weight's increased, I would very, very much love to add more things to the ship, including a forward gun, because that seems like it'd be a very, very good idea to have something like that. We can care about the merchant cruiser, the frigates, and the dreadnought later. Anyway, farewell.